How did we do it? How did we go from this to that, and that? It all started when I wanted something to do in the month of July and August. I'm a retired culinary arts teacher, and in July and August, I didn't have a lot to do back when I was working. So I decided to take up beekeeping. I started with 2 colonies of honeybees that went from 2 to 4 to 8, and this is where we're at now. But it was the sale of the honey that began the expanse of our operation, and we quickly realized we were selling more honey than we could produce. So what did we do? We went to local beekeepers to keep up with the demand. But it wasn't only just the sale of the honey that began our expansion. It was friends and family loaning us property because we didn't have any at the time. We used that property to put beehives on. You know, we started from 10 to 12 to 14 to 28 to where we are today. COVID hits and we say, we got a little extra time in our hands. Let's hammer social media. Boom, 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 every day. And lo and behold, things started expanding. We offered free next day delivery and business exploded. I've always said, be careful what you think about the most because it's probably going to come to fruition. It has to. It's the way the universe works. So I'm driving by this piece of property every day when I was working as a culinary arts teacher. Every day I drive by this piece of property thinking, man, I would love to own this piece of property. And this piece of property was an old Christmas tree farm. People have been selling Christmas trees there for decades. And so I decided there was really nothing going on at this piece of property when I decided I was going to write a letter to the owner. And I kind of remember them from high school. So I went to the tax records in the town of Big Flats, found the address to the person who owned it down in New Jersey, wrote him a letter and mailed it on a Monday. And the following Friday, man, I got a call from him and he says to me, Burt, let's talk. And we came to an agreement on the price within 3 weeks. And then by 2 or 3 months gone by, you know, lawyers doing their things, here we are, we find we own this piece of property in Big Flats. Now, when I bought this piece of property, I thought to myself, well, it's in floodplain zone, so I'm never gonna be able to build, which I was happy with because I knew I could have a roadside stand and a bee yard, which you can see right behind me. It's going to expand next year, by the way. I knew that all along, that I could have a roadside stand and a bee yard. Cool, I was happy with that. But then one of my friends comes by and overlays the floodplain map of Big Flats over top of our property. And we found out that we could actually build in pretty much 3 different spots because we fell into a 500-year floodplain zone in those 3 spots. Now I'm thinking, how am I going to get money to build? Going to a bank and borrowing money was not in our playbook. We did not yet hold the answer as to how we were going to get that money, but the seeds were being planted along the way. I kept asking myself, should I sell stocks to the business? Shall I get partners for the business? But neither one of those really seemed like options to me because I really didn't want anyone to have a say per se in our business. I wanted to do it our way. Just like Frankie said, or I'm going to do it my way. On the other hand, we really wanted to keep the community involved. I wanted a way to keep the community involved and to make it exclusive. Interestingly, I get countless exciting ideas when I drive through West Elmira. It must be like a vortex or something. So the idea came to me that we would sell a colony of bees to a person who wanted to invest in our business. For $500, they would buy a colony of honeybees. From that colony of honeybees, we would buy back the honey at $1 a pound. Well, typically we can get 30 pounds to up to 120 pounds in 1 year from a colony of honeybees. So by buying that back from the person who bought the colony, they would get anywhere between $30 and $120 per year from their colony. But at the end of 3 years, and this was for a 3-year contract, and at the end of 3 years, they would get their original investment back. In the meantime, they're getting anywhere between 6% return on their investment and upwards to what, 28% return on their investment? You can't get that in any bank. I was reluctant to ask anybody for anything, especially money, for this idea. I was brought up that you work for everything that you own, everything that you want to own. So what we did was, we've already been delivering honey to a number of people, and we had a database of about 30 emails. What we did was sent this contract that was approved by a lawyer. We sent this contract out to a database of 30 emails. The response, unexpectedly, was quite astonishing. People were on it like flies on honey, like bees on honey, like honeybees on honey. And I thought, wow, this is going to take off. So we sold a few that way, and then all of a sudden I decided to put it out on social media, Facebook to be exact, and then it started taking off. People are buying honey, buying into our contract at $500 a pop. Well, I put an advertisement on it. Facebook did shut down the advertisement. They didn't shut down the post, but they shut down the advertisement. And I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to push it. I appealed it a couple times, but I'm not going to push it a third time because Facebook might shut us down. And here we are today. If you liked our video, which I hope you did, click the like button down below. And if you remember, when you look back on our site plan, there was 3 spots where we can build. The story isn't over yet. So if you like this video, please click the like button. Not only that, if you would do me a huge favor and click the subscribe button and the alarm bell so you get notified each time we have a new video out, which they're going to be more and more common because you're going to see videos from us as we progress. We have 2 more locations to build in, and I'll let you in on a little secret. The middle building is a maple syrup evaporation building. How fun it is. We'll catch you on the B side.